Hey guys, it's your girl, Scribe Not Scribble, otherwise known as Professional Bullshitter, or Random Presence on the Internet. I'd like to think of myself as a bit of a professional cryptid as well, but you know what they say about dreams being free. Today we're going to talk about capitalism. But what is capitalism? It's a word that gets bandied around a lot, used quite commonly by people not really happy with the way things are, and for good reason. Capitalism is an economic system in which private individuals own and control most of the factors of production, the resources used to produce goods and services. Individuals also own and run most companies, which compete with other companies for business. Now, that's the already dumbed down version for kids. I couldn't even bother with the adult version. But what does it mean for us today? Let me explain. Johnny owns an apple tree. Johnny needs to live, and he cannot survive on just apples alone, so he tries and sells some of them for X amount of dollars. Marcus also has an apple tree. In fact, he has two, but there is no humane way for him to survive because Johnny is already selling apples. So what does he do? He sells them for less. He sells them for better, and Johnny is cut from the market. This is the principle on which all businesses run. It is a constant game of undercutting each other, doing better than everyone else, and simply trying to stand out from the crowd. And you know, because we're all trying to live here, the stakes will never stop being raised higher. The less likely a thing is needed, the higher and more drastically the stakes are raised. There is an image currently going viral on the internet. Well, in the artist communities there is anyway. I'm not too sure about the rest of the world, but it basically holds two main lists. The top 5 most essential jobs and the top 5 least essential jobs. And you want to know where artists stand on that? Yep, you're right, on the top 5 least essential jobs, listed as number 1. Now, I'm not going to waste my breath complaining about that because it makes sense, I suppose, but it also stands to reason that since artist ranks as 71% non-valued and unessential, and also ranking as 29% the job that no one really values enough to do, we're probably the field in which the stakes are raised the highest. And with our current global population ranking at almost 8 billion, it's probably not a wildly inaccurate assumption to make when you say anyone can draw a picture. And anyone can draw a picture, yes. What sets us apart as artists is how well we run ourselves as a business, the different styles we can draw the same thing in, the stories we tell and the followings we are able to build. Unfortunately though, with the patterns of capitalism and successful businesses demanding the constant stream of new and better, simply to stay relevant, let alone get anywhere at all, it can feel a lot like fighting a losing battle. Artists and animators burn out all the time, that goes without saying. For a planet of nearly 8 billion, there is an increasingly low demand for anyone who can make a thing, and oh look, everyone else is able to make that thing too. What I'm saying is that to get ahead anywhere on the internet, in a culture where everything is magnified, bolder, larger than life, and with far shorter attention spans, the amount of output, dedication, marketing, and always being able to keep up with the latest things that are happening all at once, it's often far more than the amount of time artists even have at all. So, we burn out. In a capitalist society, where you often need more than one income just to keep the lights on at home, let alone pay every bill on top of that, let alone have any spare time to sit and even breathe, anyone who's getting anywhere as an artist is often overworked, undervalued, and wildly underslept. And when you're fighting for something non-stop all the time, you simply have to make progress eventually. Otherwise, you simply burn out, or you get killed mid-battle. There are multiple links and statistics related between creative types and various different mental health disorders. You don't even need to look far to find them. And with what feels like every successful businessman lying on his deathbed, realising that probably no one from his family have many positive memories with him at all, it makes you wonder, how much life is there really for living? And how far are you prepared to take things before you throw that life away? How far is an artist meant to push things before they either make progress or deplete? How dedicated do you have to be to your craft before you finally have value? And how long does that value last before people lose interest because you're never around, or never quite good enough, or not even able to measure up to the standard that everything else seems to be matched at? Everyone says to just do your best, but what about when your best is never quite enough?